you're in Copenhagen, it's easy to take a day trip to Malmo. This video is going to show you how to get there and what to do once you're there. For non-Europeans, it may seem intimidating to head to another country for the day or even just the afternoon, but it's actually quick and easy. Trains for Sweden leave from a number of different stations in Copenhagen. If you buy your tickets online, you can board your train from one of these places. But if you don't have a ticket or don't know Copenhagen well, it's best to head to the central station, Copenhagen H, as there are ticket machines and people to help you. The Copenhagen Metro is small and easy to navigate with things in English, and the Danish and Swedish train systems are too. Okay, I found the ticket machines to Malmo. They're well marked. First, English. I want to go ticket and seat. Malmo. I just want one adult ticket. I'm not bringing a bicycle or any family members. I want it now. And it's going to be about $13–14. I just want a standard, not first class, so I'm going to say add to basket. And that's the only ticket I want. And that's it. So I have my ticket. Now the question is finding my train. So the train doesn't leave for about 20 minutes. So in the meantime, if you're here in Copenhagen, you can check out Joe and the Juice. It's in the States too, but it's actually Danish and it's all over Copenhagen. You can also grab a snack at the 7-Eleven because believe it or not, 7-Elevens are the most popular little corner store here in Copenhagen, and they're much nicer than they are in the States. Okay, so this is where train travel gets a bit tricky. The 107 train says it's going to Kalmar and a few other cities that I haven't heard of. I looked those up and those are in Sweden, so I'm thinking this is my train. Now I look, and even though it didn't say Malmo on the board, let's see if this is going to stop at Malmo. It's going to the airport. That's a good sign. Right direction. Yep, Malmo. Okay, this is me. Here we go. And I don't have a seat, so I'm going to sit anywhere I want. This is a shorter distance train, so I'm just gonna grab something that looks comfortable over here. There we go, window seat. Leaving right on time. Malmo is Sweden's third largest city, and it's just across the Øresund Strait from Copenhagen, between the Baltic Sea and the North Sea. While Malmo doesn't have a lot of internationally known sites, it has a pretty location on the water, unique shopping, and beautiful parks, making it well worth a day trip. The train took about 35 minutes, and I got off at one stop before Malmo Central Station. I'm going to kind of walk towards the central station as I see things, so this will give me a bit of a head start. First sights in Sweden, Joe and the Juice, and 7-Eleven. Very common in Scandinavia. Coming out of Triangeln Station, you are greeted with the imposing St. John's Church, built in the early 1900s. If you choose to get off at Triangeln like I did, you'll be able to explore more of Malmo as you walk northwest towards the city center and then leave from the central station. Malmo is pedestrian friendly, and you can also get around by bike, so you won't need to worry about transportation when you're in town. You can tell we're in Sweden because we have the tradition of breakfast, lunch, and fika, which is enjoying like a sweet pastry and coffee or warm drink sometime in the afternoon.
Ska vi se, en sån vaniljbulle.
I was walking along and randomly found the Disgusting Food Museum in Malmo. So I may regret this, but let's give it a try. I've never heard of a disgusting food museum, and I'm always open to eating new things. So We'll take a look. Come on. Okay, let's smell the stinky tofu. Yep, stinky tofu. When it's time for lunch, head to Lilla Torget, which means small square. The area was built as a marketplace over 500 years ago, and is a place you'll definitely want to take pictures of. Don't miss the half-timbered buildings and the traditional Swedish clog store. So it's mid-July, but it's still pretty cold out. All the places have heat lamps that are outside, and a lot of them also have blankets, and I just made use of the blankets. They're definitely helpful. Next, head to Slottsparken, or the castle grounds, to enjoy an afternoon stroll. This park has everything you could want, including fountains, boat rental, a windmill, and a rose garden. So this is Malmo Castle, and unfortunately it's on a Monday that I'm here, and it's closed on Monday, so we won't be able to go in, but it's now mostly an art museum. Malmo used to be a completely walled city, and there's a cool display that you can see that kind of gives you a sense of what that was like. You're sure to spot a tall spiral building on the edge of Malmo's skyline. This residential tower is Turning Torso. When it was built, it was the tallest building in Sweden. Malmo has had the reputation of being very industrial and maybe not quite as nice or as touristy as some of the other cities in Sweden. But looking here at the waterfront, there's been a lot of new projects, there's a lot of new housing, and it all looks very nice. So, as with most train stations in Europe, when we pop out of Central Station, we are right here in the action. We can take a canal boat tour, we can walk more into the city center, and we also have buses right here if there's any bus that you want to catch to go out to see the beaches farther out in the city. Most of it is very easily walkable, and you're not going to need any transportation other than the train you just took. But for now, it's time to head back into the station and take the train back to Copenhagen. And I never did get that stamp in my passport.